I'd like to guide you now into what I would call an elemental journey into our bodies. And by elemental, I mean the elements of nature. How these elements of nature live within us, carry our qualities and our traits, are the tools of consciousness that we interact with, that we are intimate with every day, every moment inside of ourselves. In yoga, you probably know, we have maps. We have maps for embodying consciousness. And one of the great maps that yoga offers is the map of the elements. The elements correlate with the chakras, if that's an area that you're interested in, with the energetic core of ourselves. And they also integrate with our senses. And it's not just our most obvious senses, but it's actually what is the inner root of each sense. What is its possibility, its potentiality? What we find is by following the elements, the chakras, or the senses in deeper and deeper into our form, we journey to the more subtle levels of consciousness. Consciousness itself is form. We are journeying deeply into ourselves using these maps, and as we do, we increase self-knowledge, obviously, and we find that we increase our ability to view the world with more clarity, to have space in our responses when we hear something, we feel something, we see it, just that very brief moment where we, oh yeah, and then respond. Not as a practice, but as an automatic state of being when we widen our lens of perceiving. So what we're going to do now is we're going to journey through these main elements that we share with nature. We have earth, water, fire, air, and space. So we're going from the most dense of the elements to the most spacious, the lightest, or what we would call the most subtle. Earth is very dense. Water, more mobile, more moving. Fire, starting to get light, right? And then air, pretty light. And then space. And space is the place that we arrive when we're looking for the source, of consciousness. Who am I? Who am I? Ultimately, and then who am I in this life? All right, so let's begin, and we'll take this short journey, this kind of introductory journey into the senses by lying down in a very, very comfortable position. So you can choose to be, if you practice yoga, you can be in a shavasana. I recommend that you favor comfort over being in a specific shape. So take bolsters, take pillows, take cushions, whatever it is, but do recline supine, so on your back. All right? And then just begin to ease into your position here. Good. And as you do, feel gravity on your skin. Gravity relates very directly to our first element, the densest of all the elements, earth. The earth draws to itself. This is gravity. It's a most profound force. We're so used to it that we hardly notice it in our daily lives, but here, as you recline on the ground, you can certainly feel that. You might be able to really let the earth have you under you. Really release your embodied earth aspects into Mother Earth upon which you rest. Earth is dark, heavy, and compressed. The feeling that it gives us is to be drawn downward, to be drawn into ourselves. It's foundational. It's the foundational element from which we have to grow. We need it. It's our secure knowing, here I am alive in my body and on the earth. It's simple. Now you may find that you can relate these elements to different areas along the spine. So the earth element we find really way down at the base. We correlate it with the Muladhara chakra, the earth chakra. And then as we move into water, there's a tremendous, tremendous shift in our inner sensing and feeling. Bringing your awareness now up to the center of your pelvic belly. And conjure in your mind water, the flow of fluid, the tides of the ocean. Water fills its container, and within the container, it moves. In our embodiment, water brings in our curiosity. It's, well, there's something wet's over there. Move, and then move away. It's flow. It washes. It nurtures. And it's usually pretty cooling. Can you feel the fluids in your body that are surging and seeping, rising and falling? The way that water molecules want to be together. They cling to one another. The fluidity, the emotionality of you. Good. Now the next element that we come to as we rise up into the center of the navel region is fire. Fire warms the water. Fire burns and transforms. It burns and transforms. It's our passion. It's action-oriented. Fire will get it done. In our consciousness, we find fire as determination. In yoga, we call it tapas. The insistent desire to know is what draws us to a yoga practice. We want to know what is happening here in this life. Tapas, fire. Now, interestingly, it also relates to our thinking mind. As such, fire relates to sight. We see, there's a brightness to sight. If we go back down for just a moment into water, what we find is, oh, that element that flows through us in that way relates to taste. The relationality of one thing to another, the inner taste of the fluids, and the fire above which warms it, right in the belly, right in the center there of your torso, warming the water below, creating the nice humanity of the mix of earth, water, and fire, and warming the air above. The air. Air is light. We're coming up into the chest now, the region of the heart and lungs, the chest. The air expands. We feel it every time we inhale. We expand. And we exhale and we feel the condensing back. Air is light and mobile. Air begins to really lessen the weightedness that we found in the lower elements, the earth, the water, and the fire, and their heat and their relationship to gravity. Air is just a little bit lighter. Upward rising, expanding, and perceptually we find that it relates to an increasing range of experiences, a horizon gaze which opens out to include not just me, but us. Now, if the fire below happens to be raging, if the fire of determination and I gotta get it done and it's too much and I'm gonna control you and whatever, that's the fire. If that's happening, the air element is gonna be really maybe stormy. And if the air element is stormy, we might miss the great gifts of the expansive opening of consciousness in the heart. So we seek to balance. We have this nice warm, the smoldering, not the crazy burning of the fire, the smoldering in the belly that keeps us going. Our inner just right fire, and the air above. Can you feel perhaps where you sense air in your body right now? Well, we know that molecules are flowing in the blood from the air around us. We know that. We know that it's actual air coming in and out our lungs. We know that. We know that the fluids of our blood are sending the nurturance here that we need of the air. The loosening of perceptual restrictions here in the heart and lungs, the element of air. This sense is touch. So we correlate this with the heart chakra up here, air, love, and one of the instruments of love, touch. Good. Now we're going up one more. The final and the most subtle of the elements is space. Space, there's nothing in it. It's silent. Space is silent, and yet its sense is hearing. We can hear what's outside of our bodies. And as we pay more and more attention, we can hear more and more subtle vibrations internally. We can follow them using our sense of hearing. For example, with a mantra, you take the mantra and you ride it in until it dissolves into its source, the space. The sense of hearing, we simply receive. Space is always everywhere. It doesn't move, but it contains everything that does move. It's a state of clarity, open awareness, open to perception, still, present intelligence, open to perceive, the element of space. And this we would find chakra-wise in the throat. Then the question is, how do you know, recognize, embody space? And why would you want to? Yoga tells us that the element of space is the most profound area of presence that we are offered in our embodied form. The question that I offer to you is, can you feel the space inside of your body? The space into which everything else has come and goes, comes and goes, and the space is unchanging, a state of recognition, of clear visioning that is always there. An embodied reality, not a concept to learn, a place of true comfort that we can find and experience directly. It's available. Feel the space of you now. No worries. Happy with whatever your experience is. You're inquiring, you're following a map. It's like, well, I don't know where I am yet. Okay, that's all right. And then from space, coming back toward our density into the element of air. Now I know I can feel air. Air in the body, air touching my skin, in and out of my lungs, air. And then my warmth, fire. My fire, my digestive fire, my fire for living, warm in my belly. And then water, the moving, the flow of life, the curiosity and desire that we feel everywhere in our bones and our organs, everywhere. And then from there, the most stable, the most dense, the thing that draws us into form in the first place, the gravity of Earth. Now, for a few moments, simply rest with that, for as long as you like, or as short as you like. Again, don't make big judgments about, well, I can't feel that, or you can, first of all. But you might have to pay attention again another few times to your inner elemental self. Answering the question, this human question, who am I? Good. Thank you for exploring with me.